Welcome to BBB, the Beauty Business Builder. This is the leading podcast in beauty business development. If you're ready to feel unstoppable and take your beauty business to the next level, then you're in the right place. Subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss an episode. You can connect with Essjay Hartshorn on social media and subscribe to Essjay's YouTube channel. Welcome to BBB.
Hi guys, and welcome to BBB Beauty Business Builder. It is me, Essjay, your host. So, okay, today, this has just gone off on a tangent. No, it's not gone off on a tangent, sorry, no. This is just me. I've just thought of this today. I thought, you know what, I get so many people that ask me everything that I use, all these digital things that I use in my business to help my business and what I outsource as well. And I get asked all the time because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that try and do everything themselves and they waste so much time and effort doing the meaningless tasks when things can easily be outsourced. So I thought I would do a podcast listing all the digital tools that I use for my business to help run my business, and also what I outsource and why I outsource it as well. Okay, so we have heard of the saying that a lot of people say is, if you want anything done, do it yourself. Okay, which is a load of shit really, because, you know, if you're a beauty entrepreneur, then you need to be doing your beauty. It's okay to know how to do different things, of course it is. However, why would you create a website yourself when there's other people that can do it far quicker than you? And yes, it will cost you, but think of how much money you're losing doing your higher ticket items, because it's going to take you 10 times longer. So that saying, if you want anything done, do it yourself, I don't like that saying. You know, I'm all about outsourcing. I'm all about saving myself time. And yes, it can be quite fearful when you're in business, because you tend to not want to spend your money on things that you know you can learn to do yourself. But let's face it, they've trained in that field, so why wouldn't you do it? Okay, so I'm going to tell you first how I effectively run my business, because I do outsource a lot of things. Okay, so for one, you're hearing this on a podcast now, or you are watching this on a YouTube channel. Okay, I don't have the time to record my podcast, give you guys the value, record the video, because I do it as a video. I don't have the time to then strip that for an MP3 and MP4. I don't have time to edit that video, to put my intro at the front, my outro at the back end, and make it all look pretty for the YouTube channel with all my logo, my colours and everything else. I don't have time for that. So as soon as this is recorded, I save this file and I send it to a video editor. I have a video editor that I use for a lot of my stuff, and she then repurposes it. She strips it for an MP3, does it for an MP4, jazzes it up, puts my intro, outro, emails it back, sends it back, and I upload it. If I was to do that task, that would take me 5 times longer than what it would take my video editor to do, okay? So I can earn more money doing my coaching or my treatments in that time. So why would I not outsource that? So I use a video editor for all my video content, and I've used it for repurposing content as well. So if I do a really good live about a product or a treatment or a service that I offer, or I've been doing it for my coaching programs that I'm working on at the moment, I send it over to her, and within minutes she just jazzes it up, and it's amazing. If I had to spend the time on doing that, that doesn't fulfill me, for one. It's not what I want to do. I don't want to be a video editor. You know, I enjoy it for the first 10 minutes, and then it bores me out of my brains. It's not what gets me going. It doesn't excite me. So why would I want to spend my time doing that? So give it to somebody who it does excite, who does it for a living, who can get it nailed in a fraction of the time. So a video editor is what I use to repurpose and reuse a lot of my video content, which I then use over a hell of a lot of platforms. Okay, so that's my one thing that I outsource. I also outsource a digital company for my website. Okay, obviously I want a really good website. I can't do it myself. It would take me months and months and months and months to do. So I outsource that. But what I also outsource is all my kind of automation links. So, automating, I've gone over this before, and I've had Rick that has joined me in a live before. But basically automation is connecting everything together to get your clients in a journey. So yes, I've created the emails, I've created the actual journey, but whenever a new service comes along, or a new product, or a new program, or a new training or coach or whatever, I send the information to my digital team, and he makes sure that he connects it all through Zapier. Zap? Is it Zapier? Yes. Through Zapier to my calendar. So my calendar, my campaign monitor and Zapier, and then jazzes it all up and puts it into the journey. There's so much background work involved. It's so confusing. If you are not a digital expert, it is so confusing. So I outsource all my web and my automation and my connections for all my platforms that I have out there. So that is outsourced on a regular basis. That is something that I also do. For the video editor, I've got my web dude. What I also outsource is marketing. Okay? Now, I connect with my following on my private groups, but all my other platforms, I do work closely with them, and they know exactly what I want. But I have people that support and actually do a lot of that for me. I don't have, if I really want to help people, coach people and do my programs and give you all this content, I don't have time to do all that other part of the business as well. I really don't. And when you're self-employed and when you're a one-man band to start off in the beauty industry, we need to employ all these people around us to support our business. So stop trying to think you have to do it all yourself. So I have a fantastic lady called Sandy. She controls and we work very closely with my Instagram. So she creates content for me. I proof everything. Everything gets proofed. Everything has to come through me anyway. So don't think you're going to lose that connection because I have to proof everything. But she does all that for me. She follows certain people that's going to help support me and vice versa, and she connects with people. She is just representing me. She's just like an extra Essjay, and I'm fantastic to get somebody on board to help doing your marketing. I also have another company, which is, this is probably my newest company that I've had. When I say new, actually, could be about 7 months now. I want to say the name, but I always get it wrong. Ubiquitous. Basically, I submit lots of information, lots of videos about me, talking points, okay, about different things that I'm doing in the business, my programs, my accelerators, my free bits. I basically give them content, and from that content, they repurpose that into about 200 pieces of social media content. And then what they do is they literally filter it across all the platforms out there. And that's it. They just they put it in that system and it gets done. So all this content that you see of me going out there all the time is done by a company that I work closely with. I give them it's all my stuff that I give them. It's all my artwork, my video content, my wording. I create it all, but then they make it look good because they have, designers on their team. Then they actually then get it out there and distribute it and time slot it onto different platforms, to hit the audience. That has just been absolutely amazing for me because it means that I can be putting content out there while I'm earning money doing other things or while I'm sleeping, So don't be afraid of outsourcing. People get scared of outsourcing. It's like, no, you want anything done, you do it yourself. No, you don't. You get people that know how to do it better. That's what you do. You work closely with them. You find a good team. You make sure they understand you and your brand and your ethos and your niche. You make sure they understand all of that. And once they do, they will know how to do that job better than you because they've trained in that. So please don't be afraid to outsource. So I outsource that as well. What do I also outsource? Video editor, web designer, my automation, marketing team. What else do I use? I think that's it. I think they're the main big ones. Which if you think about it, in a business, they're the chunky parts of a business. So if you do everything yourself, think about how much time you spend on social media. Think about how much time you're trying to edit this content that you've got, jazzing it up, videos, artwork, and then you come across something, you got to pay for it, and you think about all that time that you spend doing that, and then look at your services that you offer and look at your average cost of a treatment, okay? So say if your average cost of a treatment works out about £100 an hour, how long has it took you to create one visual, one nice little video? How long has it took you to create that? Yeah? If you are watching on YouTube, then yes, it is late. It's Friday night. I have got a little cheeky gin and tonic sat next to me. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm self-employed, so I'm not sure whether, but it's just a cheeky one. Keeping it real. So yes, outsourcing. If you think about, like I was just saying, if you think about the time it has took you to do that task, and then you think about what you could have done in that task to generate a certain amount of money, or to put you further towards your long-term goals, then you'll realise that it's cheaper to get somebody else to do it. Okay. So that's what I like to do. They're my main things that I outsource. But what I wanted to go over now, I wanted to tell you the tools that I use. So this is what also some of my outsourcing team uses, but I also use this because I still do posts. I still do my own little posts, and I still do my own little bits of videos and tweaking and bits and bobs. But this is stuff that I use on a daily basis, and I love it. So get a pen and paper, because a lot of this you might want to make a note of. So Canva. If you've not heard of Canva, then where the hell have you been? Canva is essential for the easy use of putting in your logo, creating a photo, creating a really good little ad. It is fantastic for business, absolutely fantastic. There is paid options, but there's also a really good basic option that you don't have to pay for. You have also the choice of all these different dimensions. So if you've got a LinkedIn account, you just have to hover over the image at the top of the header. It will tell you the dimensions. You can insert that for specific dimensions, or you can go down the scrolling at the side of Canva, and you can actually specifically pick YouTube header, LinkedIn header, podcast picture, and they're all there. Click on them. You've got everything there. You know, it can be animated, duplicate of pages. I've just used Canva to create my elevator program, which is ready to launch very soon. And I smashed through Canva creating all my headers, and they look shit hot. They look absolutely amazing, and it didn't take me long at all. So Canva, when you get the hang of it, is a fantastic tool. You can have it on your phone. I use it a lot on my laptop actually, but yeah, you can use it on your phone as well. So Canva, definitely. Campaign Monitor or MailChimp, a lot of people use. I wasn't a fan of MailChimp. I found it really clunky and a bit shitty, so I converted to Campaign Monitor. Now, Campaign Monitor is where you can generate really good emails, really attractive emails with all your logos, your headers, your photos, videos, links, all of that. But you also have the powerful part of automating that as well. So obviously, if a client books in for a service with you, they're through a online booking system. This is where I got my web guide, so obviously my digital guide to help out. That can connect through a Zap onto your Campaign Monitor, and it can then set them in a journey. So say, for instance, with me, somebody comes in for permanent makeup, they click on eyebrow permanent makeup, straight away that is zapped to my Campaign Monitor, and then in that whole journey I've created emails that takes them on that whole journey. So the first one will be, obviously they're confirming the appointment, then it will be on the day of the appointment, it'll be a reminder, then it will be the aftercare, and then after a couple of weeks it'll be like, how are you feeling? The eyebrows should be doing this right now. Then at 6 weeks, so you should be coming in for your retouch now, and then a few little other emails along the way, just so you're in the forefront of their mind. And then 10 months, they then get an email saying you're now due for your maintenance. And all of that's been done. So from the moment they click that button to book an appointment, all that shit's been handled for you. So that is so easy to do through Campaign Monitor. Calendly, I use Calendly for all my online booking systems. There is others out there. I just find Calendly quite easy to use, and it also works really well with Campaign Monitor because they have the you can use Zapier to connect them both. So yeah, that is a good one. I also use Typeform. This is something that I use a lot for questionnaires. So if you see these questionnaires out there, you see them popping up on Facebook, and you've ever done one of these questionnaires, it's a really good way to get emails. To actually get people to leave an email, and then that can be added to your database. So I use Typeform for that. There is basic package on Typeform. I do actually pay now because I do like to have a few alternative journeys. But for example, if somebody's got bad skin, and you can have a few questions on there, and it can then lead to an end result of, right, you need this product, or you need this facial, or you need a consultation. So Typeform is a really good one if you want to start using questionnaires in your marketing. Very good one, very effective. Thinkific, okay. Now, I don't use Thinkific anymore. I'm actually working quite closely with a platform called Sanctuary with Jason Greystone. So basically, Thinkific is a online course program. So it's how you can create a webinar, a workshop, a program, a course online. And Thinkific has some real basic layouts for you to create your own courses, and I don't think there's a charge for the basic ones. I've outgrown Thinkific, and I'm wanting to go more to a complete change. So I've actually gone to Sanctuary, which is a different platform. But Thinkific, if you want to start dabbling in online courses, then that's a really good one. Another one that I've used quite a lot, which a lot of people have not heard of, is rev.com. Okay, now rev.com is a fantastic tool where you can repurpose video content into text. So for example, if you do a really good informative live about anything that you offer, you can then upload it into rev.com, and then it's now a blog. Yeah, you would have to go through and edit it, but then it would be a blog. You can also do this if you think, I don't want to be sat typing, but you know exactly what you want to say. You can record yourself on your computer, you can record it on your phone, upload it straight to rev.com, and it gives you the text version. So basically what I'm trying to say is that from a live video, so from this live video right now, what I could do from this live video is I could have my audio for my podcast, I've got my visual for YouTube. I can then upload it into rev.com for my blog. I could also use small snippets and send it to my video editor for smaller little snippets to use. I can even send this to Ubiquitous, where they could actually use my voice, create wave bars and text at the bottom. So from one piece of video content, you can create so many different tools, so many different forms of varied content to then use across different forms of different platforms. Okay, so rev.com is a really, really good one, and they're my main ones that I use quite a lot. Obviously my marketing team, web designer, video editor, they use others. But in terms of a business that I still want to focus a lot on my coaching and my programs. I don't want to spend all my time doing that. So the ones that I use are ones that create a quick workflow for me. Going on to the calendar, calendar booking, I know I say it a lot, but I think a lot of us are still quite old fashioned that don't even have an online booking system. It's so easy when I get someone that sends me a message, would like to book in for this treatment, I send them a link and that's it. And they go for it, they do it themselves. I don't have that hourly, daily thing of going back and forth. Can you do this time? No, I can't. What about this? No, I ain't got time for that. We need to be doing things that inspire us, fulfill us, and earn us the higher ticket items. We haven't got the time to be continually messaging back and forth. Another thing, I know this is slightly off what I was talking about, but another fantastic thing that you need to be, if you're not already doing it, is having a private group on your social media, a private group on Facebook, is essential to be building up your tribe. So that's where you want to be putting a lot of your content. I know it's not a tool, but it's something that I feel like a lot of people still don't have. They don't have groups, they have pages. And pages are great, but groups are your following, groups are your tribe, groups are the small amount of people that are going to sing your praises. So you need to make sure that you have got a private group set up. So that's it really. So just to kind of quickly go over what I outsource, what I always outsource is my web designing, which helps with my automation and connecting everything together to have a flawless process of booking to automating through all the zaps. That's my web team that does that. I also have a marketing team that does, I have a lady that does social media, my Instagram, who works very closely with me to help build up my following and connect with my following. I also have another marketing team that repurposes all my content and uses it, creates about 200 pieces of content and uses it over all these different platforms. And then I also have a video editor who jazzes up all this stuff that you're seeing or hearing now. I do the content, I send it to her, and she then does it. So when people say, if you want something done, do it yourself, it's a load of bullshit. If you want something done right, learn a little bit about it so you know what you want, but then go and find someone that's trained in it and find someone that can do it better, quicker, more effectively, so that you can concentrate on the things that inspire you and earn you money rather than doing things that you don't want to do. Like, who the hell went into beauty to develop a website? Come on, we didn't go into beauty to do that, or hair. We went into the industry because we want to touch our clients, treat our clients, make our clients feel fantastic. We didn't go into it for that reason. The tools that I like to use: Canva, Campaign Monitor or MailChimp, Calendly, there's other systems out there, Zapier, Typeform, Thinkific, Rev.com, and another one, I think, is it called Buffer, where you can connect loads of social media things together. I don't need that, but I have used that in the past, which is quite effective. And a lot of people tend to use that, but because I have a marketing team that help me with my social media, I don't need that connection. So yeah, it was a little bit of a last minute podcast today. Reason why it was last minute, it was last minute because I went downstairs, poured myself a gin and thought, you know what, that's the third time somebody's messaged me today to ask me about what I use for this. So I'm going to come upstairs and record one. So that's why I've got my gin there. So please don't judge. I don't normally drink on the job. Right, so yeah, that's it. So have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will look forward to hearing from you. No, I won't. I will look forward to you hearing from me on my next podcast, my next release. So take care, guys. Have a fantastic weekend, wherever you are, and I will see you soon. If you've got value from this, then please share, leave us a comment, leave us a review below. You can leave us a review on Apple. The more reviews I get, the higher up in the rankings, the more people hear it, the happier I am. So yes, a review would be lovely. And yes, if you feel you've got value from it and you want to share, then please go ahead and share with people that you know in the industry that would benefit from my information. See you soon, guys. Have a fantastic weekend or week. See you soon. Bye.